Here we go then. Welcome to qualifying for this week's GP event. Man, these time flies. Hopefully rewards were good on Monday for you. And fingers crossed you've watched our strategy guide from Tuesday so you get the best practice possible for the week's qualifying. We are ready to go. It is the free-to-play account again because this is where we are getting the most action right now. And let's quickly bring you up to speed with what we're running. No double boosted driver for us, so it's going to be a bit more of a struggle. We have got Pierre Gasly and Sergio Perez. And just to show you, Alex Albon, simply not good enough. We knew that already, even with 25%. The car, we have took Wild Core. It would be great to have it level 7, but we simply don't. It's so close as well. So we are just going to stick it in and see what happens. But we're at Champs GP yet again. We are at race number 1. We're going to try and give it our all. See if we can qualify. See if we can score big points. We're going to be from the back. Let's give it a go. Race number 1, a potential wet track. Zandvoort is on its way. So let's get it on. Let's score some points. Real player matchup straight away. That's going to be pretty fun. Probably going to cost us points. Probably going to send us to the back. But we will see. It's a pretty tough matchup as well, if I'm honest. We've got a wet track at the moment as well for qualifying. Let's see what happens in the race though. And you can see the qualifying. P2 and we are 14th and 16th. Wow, that is tough going. It is a wet track as well. So everyone's going to be, hopefully we're going to be doing a nice undercut. We're going to use Firework on Gasly. I'm going to use Street Shark. They're not the best boost to use around here, but simply we don't have the race start cornering boost, so we just have to match with what we've got. We're using boost because why not? And let's get it underway when this rival readies up. Here we go. As always on this free play account, 40 plus points is what we're aiming for, especially from P14, P16. It is a real player from Hellas McLaren, so good luck to them. And we've not got a bad start here. We are up to P10. We'll take that with Mr. Pierre. And we're going to cut down through this section. So always cut down through this section of the track. Move it back up to medium and then push on the exit. Because you can make some good overtaking. As you can see, Gasly trying. And Perez is going to try and take advantage. He can't. And they swap around. The old swapperoo. Perez into P9, Gasly into P11. So, first lap, starting 14 and 16, that is not bad. We've made 5 places pretty much each, 5 or 6 places. We're going to push out of there with Perez. We're going to try and get him at the hairpin. We can't get Alonso, but Gasly gets back into P10. We're going to push again out of this section. Always pushing through here. Always some good chances of overtake. But we're not making that much ground at the minute, which is interesting. Maybe just Street Shark, not really our best friend here. So a lot to do to get 40 plus points. We are going to get into P8. We are going to also pit this next lap. We're going to keep pushing. And I think we go and push and pit with Perez. We're going to not double stack. We're going to do a 3-4 and a 4-3. Let's move back up. Let's push Perez out of that corner as well. Gasly's running nicely in P9. And Perez just closing up now on Carlos Sainz. Who, remember, a lot of these are going to go to lap 5. So we're just going to build that power unit. We do get P7 before we pit. So that's our aim, is to beat P7. Gasly down into turn 1. He's going to be pitting this lap. It's going to be a full wet race. As we come round, we'll cut back down. We need to get ahead of these two. We do. That's nice. Very nice. Push Gasly. And we're into P20. So a bit of traffic now. But we are going to boost through here, which hopefully will see us move forward in the positions. Perez nearly loses a position to Piastri. And we do get past now into P19. So, Perez carrying on. We've got the Gasly in the pits. And we're up to P18, so we're starting to make moves. Remember, P7 and P8 I think we were. And Gasly is going to do a better pit stop. He's out into P15. And all these have still got a pit, remember. So we're going to push out of these corners again. Because once we're ahead of the AI, we should be fine. Why are we not overtaking much through there? Very frustrating. Because usually that is a best place to overtake. I mean, it's Gasly who's not overtaking. Perez is. And now we come down the straight. Everyone filters into the pits. There's an Alpine coming out there as well. They're probably going to kick ahead of us, but we're up a couple of places. P6 and P7. So that's probably the best we may get here. We're going to probably just boost around a little bit more. Everyone is pitted. We've got 3 seconds to find. We are on 37 points. I knew this would be tough. We've got a bit unlucky with where we are. Bit of traffic. We're going to just conserve down here as well. There is a couple of cars ahead though. I don't think we're going to necessarily get 40 points here. But we're going to try and close this gap. We're right behind Charles. And this is a time where we actually want to get an overtake done through this section. We're going to push Gasly. Push Perez. Can we finally get one? Yes, we can. Up to P5. We've got Gasly right behind now as well. And we're going to move into P4. Is there going to be any more? We only need 1 point, I think, for 40. There's P6. And that is going to see us 40 points. So a very difficult matchup. 1594 for the rival. That's 149 team score ahead of us. Like, that's impossible for us. You can see, look at the driver lineup. Prost being the big difference. And the car was just simply way better than us as well. But I'll take the points. 40 points. It's race 2, number 2 time. And it is Hungary. Another real player. So it looks like we are full of real players today in qualifying, which makes it a little bit more fun. See who gets the best strategy. We are got a better matchup, and you can see that in qualifying. We still start P12, P15, so not a lot of difference between a bad qualifying matchup. We're going to use Firework again. We're going to use Street Shark. I kind of want to run softs, but I don't feel like... I mean, I could with... I can't remember Pierre Gasly. I think he's got 90 tyre management. But I'm going to use the race start boost anyway. We'll do a 4-4 and a 5-3 here. It's all about the start. You can get very lucky in Hungary. You can get very unlucky as well. Perfect race starts always help. And you can see it's going to be Perez down the inside who gets lucky. He's moved back a few places now, but is now on the second phase, really starting to motor. And that is P6 and P10 for the boys in the Abu Dhabi Championship winning livery. And up to P5 as well. Rival pushing self-control on softs, which is interesting. Let's push Perez again. We're going to be doing 4 laps with Perez. 5 laps with Gasly, most likely, because he's got the better tyre management. So down the straight we go, and we're up to P4. That's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. Norris ahead. Gasly's just lost a place, but that's okay. We're going to cut Perez back down, and we're going to get that place back. We take Carlos Sainz on the mediums, not even pushing. So Firework helping us out a little bit there. We've got the 3 leaders ahead of us. We've got the rival ahead of us as well. But what can we do? Can we stretch Gasly and then come back for some nice soft tyres? That would be great. But we're just getting detached from the McLaren. We're going to just close that gap up a little bit now. You can see we're just going into the 3rd lap. Gasly P11. Still looking at, I mean, and I hate it when it pulls it back. Absolutely hates it. It's almost like it got you on a bungee cord. I mean, Perez is not far off doing 5 laps himself, but I'm going to stick to 4. And come back for mediums. There is a Ferrari in the pits, though. And Gasly just in a bit of traffic here. What is the cars around us on? Bit of a mix. Some pitting, some will not. Perez P3 though. It's not too bad for him. Gasly's just getting really stuck at the moment. He's got Hamilton ahead. Can he just boost past Hamilton? And the answer will be no. We're just struggling. We always seem to struggle with one car. and we're into P11 now. Used a bit more tyre management up. There's a few people coming into the pits as well. You can see how far Perez is ahead because he's already coming out of the pits. So Gasly is just way behind. Perez gets back into P5. He's back behind Norris. Gasly is going to be quick at the end though. That's one of the differences. And he's got probably come out in some decent gap as well. We're just looking after the power unit with Perez. He's right behind the cars ahead though. And there's a couple of pit stops coming in now as well. So we round the final corner and we move up to P3. We've got P2 and P1 right ahead. So we don't need to push, and they are on medium tyres. So we can just build that power unit up. Gasly's going to have a lot of work to do from P15. He moves into P14, and hopefully we'll get past Magnussen straight away, which we do. So we are starting to move forward now. Perez is bang there, it's just building up power unit, like we mentioned. And we will probably just now push at the end of this straight with Perez. See if we can get the move on Norris. And the answer is no at the moment. Round the outside. Thank you very much. Gasly's now into P8, so he's started to move up. Rivals ahead on the mediums. And we've got the Alpine of Gasly leading the race at the moment, which is an interesting one. And we are now coming to try and overtake. We've got the rival, although we've used a lot of power unit to do that. So I'm sure he'll be snapping at our fingers, trying to get back ahead. He's got decent power unit compared to us as well. Out of the first corner we go on this last lap. Is there any more points available? I don't think there is. There's quite a big gap to P6. But I think we're going to take the victory. We are on 42, so I'm happy with that. We're right behind the Ferrari now as well. There's a strong chance we're going to get Leclerc. We do get Leclerc, and I think that is it. I think it's going to be a 43-point run. Perez slowing down. We can't get. It is 43 points. We will take that in Hungary from where we start. We are on that 40-plus run. That's what we wanted. So we just got to keep that form up. And we will take 43 points to match off with race 1. Decent match-up, as you can see. So we've had the best of both worlds so far. Verstappen and Gasly against our Perez. And wildcard being used. Rival needed more cornering, as we always mention. So we make our way to race 3. And we make our way to some extreme heat. 39, 40 degrees here in Abu Dhabi. I wish it was like that in the UK. That is for sure. Because it's certainly not. And this is going to be tricky on strategy. I will really tell you that, especially for us. We are going to start P13 and P16. But I am really intrigued about what we do here, because this is not going to be easy. We are going to try and run a 3-3-2 and a 4-4. That is the plan. And like I say, I don't know if this is going to be working. Obviously, I'm using different drivers to normal, different tyre management levels. So we're going to try. We should get a good start. A lot of people get good starts here at Abu Dhabi. And as you can see, Gasly is round into P9. He's just going to get slowed down as he approaches the hairpin. But we're up to P8. So we've got to imagine that softs are the mediums now. Mediums are the hards now. That's the kind of way we would run it versus normal. But I do worry about how slow we're going to be with Perez on these hard tyres. But there's only one way to find out for future racing. Gasly trying to get past but can't. But Perez gets up to P10 and we are bang on the tyres. Gasly's not far off doing 4 laps still, you know, on these mediums. I don't feel like I want to though. Maybe we could have got away with softs. But we've got more pushing power in us and we move up to P7. Perez gets overtaken by Perez, getting chased by Verstappen. So hard tyres going backwards, and that is what we expected. We said that. We were worried about the hard tyre. You can see the rivals' softs have not lasted at all. So we knew that was going to come. Gasly is not far off doing 4 laps on the mediums, but we're not going to commit to that. We're going to carry on. Rivals in the pits, and I tell you what, Gasly's up to P4. Brilliant effort so far. Make it P3 for Gasly. Gasly is on a mission, and a mission to do well. We are obviously 2-stopping, which makes it a little bit more harder, a little bit slower on the strategy. And we are going to just then push to pit. We have got Perez attacking Perez again here on lap number 3, who's got the McLaren ahead, and we've got Stroll with his money trying to get past us. You can't pay your way past, mate, that's for sure. Now we come in to lap 4, pit stop lap, and we're just trying to get past Norris. And Norris is being a bit of a Norris at the minute. We can't get past, but here comes a move, and we're through into P6. Gasly P9. We've used a lot of power unit. That's what I don't like here. We're going to try and gain some back up as Gasly gets into P8. Come on, can we eke out 40 points again here in race number 3? Perez is about to chuck it in the pits. Good little run actually on the hard tyres from Perez, to be fair. And now Gasly moves up to P7. That's going to get even better. P5. Where is Perez going to come back out? P11. Be nice to get ahead of them two, get some clear air. And we are. We are going to get ahead of them. So that's a big opportunity for us. And we're just going to keep on pushing to keep them at bay. Gasly's getting power unit back all the time, which is nice as well. Just got to look after that best we can, because we're going to be on softs. We're going to be very quick at the end of this race. We start lap 6. We've got Hamilton already coming out of the pits. We've got Perez coming around the final corner, and he's going to move up ahead of Gasly here into P9. But power unit is a problem. We don't have a lot of them, but it doesn't matter because the Ferrari is left standing. We are into P8. We are right behind the Haas of Magnussen. So we've got a good chance here. Gasly's closing in as he's come out of the pits. He's got them tyres warmed up. We're going to hold him off for now. Can we get past Magnussen? Get us some breathing space? Yes, we can. Gasly's in the pits. These hard tyres are not working that bad, you know. Out comes Gasly. It's going to be a P4. Perez is in P5. So this is looking good at the moment. We're going to cut down on the straight. We've got to save that power unit as much as we can. Gasly at the end of the straight now. Looking for a Charles Leclerc to come and overtake. We're going to try. Perez is in his own little world in P5. We've stoved off the attack. And Gasly now trying to move past. Any pit stops would be great, but I don't think we're going to get any. But Gasly is into the top 3. Gasly moves into P3. And we've got Perez trying to chase down as well here. So can we? We've got Verstappen ahead of us. We have got Leclerc ahead of us now. It is all systems go. We are just short of Verstappen at the moment. I don't think we're going to get higher than P5. We are pushing. And as Gasly gets P2, we've been flicking through a lot of these. We're not going to get P1. That's fine. We're going to take P5. And that is a very decent effort here in Abu Dhabi. P2 for Gasly. P5 for Perez. Rival. Well, we lost the rival. They're back in P17 and P22. And we're going to take decent points. 43 points again. That beats the target of the 40 plus a race. That is what we're happy with. I wish we were in contention for more, but sometimes you just can't do that. 43 points against a higher team score matchup as well. And let's run you through what they had. Level 8 Verstappen, level 8 Leclerc. And the car was more speed than cornering yet again. Here we go then. It is race 4. It is Canada and Montreal. And it's our last chance to consistently score 40 plus points in a qualifying session. It's a tricky track. We've been hurt here before. We're going to find out if we're going to get hurt here again. And that's a decent little qualifying position. P12 and P14. We're going to go on the mediums. We're going to use the same boosts. Why not? Can we get 40 points? We're doing a 3-3-2 with Gasly. We're doing a 4-4 with Sergio Perez. It's time to get to work on this last race. Can we do it? We need a good start. If we're going to do this, Gasly needs to get a very good start. We're doing the little boost trick because I just feel like if we can edge anything, we can edge it. And Gasly does get a good start. He's into P... Well, he's back to where he was. Great. I mean, it was a great start. We've got pretty unlucky because we made a nice start, got caught up in the middle of the battle for turn 1, and we do move down. But we're back into P10 now. We have managed to move up a couple of positions. We've got the Ferrari of Sainz. Hopefully he's still not sulking from his removal of Ferrari in 25. And we're in P9. So P9, P11. We're going to try and make a move on Mr. Russell. We can't. Oh, Mr. Russell is slow. Can we get past Mr. Russell? At the minute, no we can't. Yes we can now. We're up into P8. We're using a lot of power unit though, as we're going to take 2 cars. Nice. It is P6. And we are in a bit of a traffic jam here. We're going to take a nice cheeky screenshot of our traffic jam. Because you know we love traffic round here. And on any track, we are a traffic magnet. We're going to try and just get past Lando Norris, who's holding us up, losing ground to the front. And how are we not getting past? Norris is on the hard tyres. Now we're through. Why is it that we don't push and we get through? Weird. Just weird. But there you go. It is what it is until it isn't. So coming around the hairpin. We're going to be coming into pit this lap, and we're going to take a move on the car behind us, which is the rival. We're going to move into P10. A few people pitting now as well. So Perez will move up, and he's into P5 at the moment. There comes a flying Aston Martin out of the pits. Here comes Gasly out of the pits. Only P11. Perez trying to get past Carlos Sainz. Come on, Carlos. Wait, Charles Leclerc. Wow, come on. We're trying to... Here we go, we're past Leclerc. So, Perez is on optimum strategy here. He is on the better strategy. Gasly moves up to P9. And it's going to look pretty good, I think, for Perez here. We're going to boost out of the final corner. Rival's doing 5 laps, interestingly, on their mediums. But we just can't seem to overtake as good as... Usually, that's a prime spot for overtaking. Not today, though. And we're stuck in that magnet of traffic again. At present. We're going to try and get past Norris, but we don't have the power unit available to do so with both cars here. So we've just got to earn some of that back up. We've got Stroll behind us. It always seems to be Stroll. We're going to get past Sainz here. Yes, we are. And hopefully they're going to just filter into the pits. They're not. And we still can't get past Lando Norris. Now we're going to just push. We finally do get into P5. Here comes the flying Leclerc out of the pits. 2 laps to go after this one. 1 stop to do. We are just earning that power unit back with Perez. Because Perez is going to come strong later on in this race. Gasly we push out of the hairpin. And then conserve again. Here's a move by Perez. And Gasly is in. So Gasly pits. Perez carries on round on that 1 stop. Makes up a couple of positions. He's got Leclerc ahead of him. And now Gasly does come back out of the pits. And he's found himself in P9. So a few positions still needed as we do get Charles Leclerc. We get past the Ferrari. We get past the Mercedes. It's double trouble from our team. We are in. And we're going to get Perez as well. So very nice moves. We've got to try and close any more gaps now. It's going to be pretty tricky from here. We're going to keep pushing though. What points are we on? 38. We need 2 more points from Canada. Oh, I don't think we're going to get this. I don't think we've got the power unit available, but there is 3 cars ahead of us. There is a chance. Oh my God, we're stuck behind. Now Gasly gets through. This is all down to the hairpin. Can we get 40 points? No, I don't think we're going to do it. I don't think we're going to do it. We're going to fail. We're not going to get 40 points out of the last race. Oh, no. We've bottled it in the last race in Canada. 39. No way. I generally thought we could consistently keep it up. The last hurdle, that traffic jam in the middle of that race, absolutely costing us. That is a frustrating way to finish. Decent rival matchup as well for us. Level 8, level 4, and the car was very balanced by the rival. Oh, that's frustrating. That hurts just a teeny little bit. But, oh, so close. And it is 4 races down in qualifying. It is 165 points. So, I mean, that is no small feat. From where we start, from P12, 14, 16, I will take that all day long. It is 40 points, 43, 43. Canada, the absolute killer of the momentum, getting 39 points. We tried the dive into the hairpin, 3 cars together, just couldn't get the job done. And we have to settle for 39. But it is what it is. And we go again for the weekend. Remember, strategy guide will be out Friday. It's already done and dusted for you. Make sure to come back and watch that. And let us know what you think of the video and how you've got on in your qualifying round.